Alright, so welcome guys to another review, and today we're gonna check the Naenka Lite Pro. Around 50-60 dollars here, and from the looks of it, it's more of an AirPods alternative. And actually in that price range, there's a lot of TWSs around, and it's really competitive, especially here in this channel. And actually been using this for quite some time, and yeah, for me it's a pretty balanced AirPods alternative, and we're gonna find out why in this video. Actually, this reminds me of maybe the Huawei FreeBuds design overall. Bluetooth 5.0 aptX support, which is nice. ENC noise cancelling, and also 13 millimeter large aperture drivers. Opening it up, and this is gonna be your unboxing experience. And the color of the box, really muted as well. And that is your TWS itself. You're getting a USB-C adapter here. You're also getting some manuals as well, and of course you're getting that TWS itself. So the design has that maybe silver trims at the side, and also glossy as well. So compared to other $60 pairs, this might be maybe the closest to the AirPods in terms of the texture, but yeah, for me the logo is not that good for me in the positioning. I would like it to be a bit centered. At the back you're getting maybe AirPods-esque design, so similar in design overall. Alright, so just quick comparison to other TWSs. This is the CyberFox T1. So as you can see, this is definitely more of a glossy finish here. This is more of a matte finish compared to the Moondrop Sparks. Your Moondrop Sparks has that maybe a matte rubber finish overall as well. So again, this is more of a glossy finish here. But yeah, for me overall, I find the design overall to be a bit bland for me. So it's like your other typical TWS. You have that magnets as well, and you have the TWS itself. It does have some wobbles here and there, so I would say not the best in build quality here. You're getting that maybe pod design at the side, and you're getting some stems as well. And also it's more of a glossy finish on the ear here. So it's white in finish as well. So definitely the inspiration is uncanny here. This can be maybe an AirPods alternative. And you're getting that mic as well at the side, and you're getting the charging indicator. And yeah, you're getting that open design here as well. So this is not an in-ear, and some people might prefer that. One downside here for me is this doesn't have ANC. And for this price range, there's a lot of ANC TWS that's coming out, so that's a bit competitive for me. But yeah, design overall, it's an AirPods alternative. It will be up to you if you like it or not. So yeah, for me overall, I usually like that TWSs or products have their unique selling point. And yeah, for me this is a bit too AirPods-esque for me. And yeah, it lacks a bit of selling point for me in terms of the design. Right now, let's go to the sound quality. So it's actually a very slight U type of shape on the ear, and also it's an open design as well. It's not your in-ear design. So for some people, again, it's more of an AirPods One alternative. Some people doesn't like an in-ear design, and you might find the sound here to be pleasing to your ears, and especially if it's a balance kind of listen. Actually, compared to other AirPods alternative that I've checked out, this is one of the least bassy ones that I've checked out. So for some people you might find this interesting. It's also more in the clean side of presentation as well. It's not your smooth kind of listen, very similar to the AirPods One as well. So the highs have fairly good extension on top. It's not the most extended top that I've listened to, so this is not gonna be your analytical type of listen. This is still more of a casual type of listening here. It's not sibilant to listen to as well. So the body is fairly okay for me, but not the fullest body highs that I've heard. I would still give the body to your Sabbats in terms of the overall listen. And also some ANCs as well have better body, especially those in-ear ones compared to this one. It's more in the clean side of presentation, so the body might be a bit thin for your liking. So like in Beat It, Michael Jackson, the cymbals is still lacking a bit of body for me, or weight for me as well. And also this does have some peak on top as well, so sometimes it can be also hissy to listen to. But on the other side, this gives it a more engaging, fun type of listen, a very musical type of listen here. This is not your boring type of highs. In terms of the mids, I actually like the mids here. So even if it's slight U type of shape, the mids here is pretty good for me in the mix. So the vocals is quite clear for me in the mix. So much like maybe the AirPods One, the AirPods One has that clarity as well in the vocals. The AirPods One actually can be sometimes harsh to listen to in the mids region, but here I find that the vocals is full, and also I find that the vocals is more in the bright side as well. So it's more of a bright vocal here. So it's quite revealing in the mix here. So definitely the clarity of the vocals is there. So like in Let's Groove, Earth, Wind, and Fire, both the female vocals and the male vocals are pretty good positioning for me in the mix. So not that recessed in the mix here. Also fairly bright as well in the overall presentation. So this is not your copy vocals. This is not your boxy vocals here. It's not accurate though. So it's more of a colored vocal here. But yeah, the bright vocal can be good for a lot of people here, especially for those target market of the Naenka Lite Pro. It's also more in the clean side of presentation. So again, that is one weakness for me here. It's not the most smooth, lush vocal. So your in-ears will be better in the vocal region in that regard. The mids is better than the highs here. I do like the mids in the Naenka Lite Pro. So the bass here is actually slightly elevated in the mix, but I would say still fairly balanced in the mix here. This is not your bassy TWS. It's also tight in presentation as well. This is not your boomy woofy type of bass here. So for bass heads, this might not be your pick. The bass is still substantial in the mix for me. It's not lacking at all in that regard. This is not your super bright TWS here. Again, it's pretty balanced in the mix, and also it's quite punchy as well. It's quite fast in the mix as well. So again, more in the tight side, clean side of presentation, even in the bass region. So actually this doesn't overpower the rest of the spectrum, but I would say though this still has a touch of mid-bass bleed. This is still not the most technically capable bass that I've listened to. Of course, your more audiophile brands will have better bass response here, but I would say for a TWS not so bad bass overall. But for me, still the mids is what I like over the bass here in this TWS. Soundstage is quite intimate in this, not the biggest that I have heard. So again, much like the AirPods one, so this pods design doesn't give you much soundstage here. Separation is actually pretty good on this. So one of the strength for me of this TWS because of the clean nature of the sound, also thin maybe mids and highs as well. So the separation is quite good overall. But yes, I would like to have a bigger stage on this to have better separation. But with the presentation overall, it's pretty good here. Imaging is subpar. Not something that I use for some mixing work. So if you like mixing TWSs, this is not gonna be the pick that you would want. I would go higher tier price compared to this one. So for the sound overall, I would characterize this as more of a decent balanced sound, more of a consumer type of sound as well. This is not gonna be an audiophile type of listen to the ear. But of course, one downside here, this is an open design, guys. So when I was working on a coffee shop, I can still hear the noise outside, and it's definitely a disadvantage. So if you want to block out people around you, you might want to go to an ANC. So the ANC still I would say is better in the convenience part in that regard over this. So even if this has a clean sound, if you're in a noisy environment, you might not be able to hear that much of the sound here, that full sound. So again, this is more of a casual listening pair, something that you can use in the background. But the advantage of that is this is very comfortable to listen to for a long listening session. No heat will form in your ears here, and also it fits quite well as well on the ear. So for a long listening session, you won't have an issue with this one. The connection here is fairly stable overall, around 10 meters in my actual usage, very much comparable with TWS's in that price range. However, I do need to point out that in my initial connection, I did have some problems here and there. It was fixed easily with charging it and resetting it. So that's one downside here. But otherwise, after that, it pairs nicely. I did use this with my iPad, iPhone, Android as well, and I did encounter any issues with several platforms here. And I did switch from platform to platform on the go, and I didn't encounter some issues in connection, so that's nice on this. Alright, so versus other TWSs here, so compared to maybe the Sabbat G12 Elite or E12 Ultras. So for me personally, should I go for this one or the E12s? I will still go with the E12s or the G12s. Actually, more of the G12s in this regard. So I do find that more of an in-ear design works for me better, and I do like that you have an IEM design on the ear, so it looks more of an enthusiast listen on the ear. And I do like the latency in the G12 Elite as well. So I do game a lot, and having that latency there, and also smooth sound as well in your design works for me better compared to this one. So compared to the Moondrop Sparks, will I get the Moondrop Sparks over the Naenka Lite Pro? I would say yes. I do like the Moondrop Sparks over this. So I do find that the Moondrop Sparks tuning is more of an audiophile enthusiast. I'm tuning over the Naenka Lite Pro, and also I do like the more enthusiast look on the ear, more of an IEM design in the Moondrop Sparks. Alright, so verdicts for the Naenka Lite Pro. This is actually a fairly solid kit here overall. It's a decent TWS. It's fairly balanced on the ear, slight bass elevation, clean presentation. I didn't have an issue with the connection. Build quality pretty good, closest to an AirPods one sound for me overall, and again a decent performer overall here. So if you're looking for an AirPods alternative, on a budget, this might be something that you can consider. On the other side, of course, if you're an enthusiast, for me, you might still want to go to the Sabbats or the Moondrop Sparks here in this regard. So while it's a solid kit overall, it didn't really impress me in a certain part of the TWS. So for me personally, I do like TWSs or products that has a unique selling point. So for me, there's no one thing that stood out to me. That is the unique selling point of the Naenka Lite Pro. So yeah, for me personally, if you're an enthusiast, Sabbat, G12s. If you like latency, if you like more of an enthusiast, tuning, Moondrop Sparks. So those are my recommendations other than the Naenka Lite Pro. Alright, so that's my take on the Naenka Lite Pro. Of course, if you learned something, leave a like and subscribe to my content like this in the future. So it's been a while since I did review. Reviews will come soon again. So I did do other stuff outside the world of YouTube. So now I'm kind of back again. So I'm gonna do more reviews here and there, so expect that as well here in the channel. Of course, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next zpolt review.